First it was every single day, text messages, hands on shoulders. How are you really with the eyes? And I say yeah, up and down. Then it was weekly, then it was monthly, then it was a note across the office. Then I was just a bloke at work who had a hard year once. Everyone stopped asking how I am, and I know exactly why. You can't ask forever, can you? Everyone stopped asking how I am, and the answer hasn't changed. There's a version of me they saw in the first 4 months of it, and they think that person left and he's still in here mostly. Everyone stopped asking how I am, and I know exactly why. You can't ask forever, can you? Everyone stopped asking how I am, and the answer hasn't changed. I'm not angry with a single one. They did more than they had to. It's just quiet now, that's all. It's just very, very quiet. Everyone stopped asking how I am, so I told my brother anyway, rang him up and just said it. Everyone stopped asking how I am, so I started saying it honest. Nobody asked. So I say it. Both bags in one hand, whole suitcase in one hand, shopping in the other. Up the stairs and never stopping, and the kid on his shoulders too. Now he waits at the bottom, says you go on, I'll follow. Says it lightly, says it easy, like it's nothing, like it's fine. He used to carry everything, every bag, every one of us, and now I take them from him. He used to carry everything, and he lets me, and that's the part. The first time that I took a bag, he didn't say a word, just handed it across and looked away a bit. He used to carry everything, every bag, every one of us, and now I take them from him. He used to carry everything, and he lets me, and that's the part. There's a dignity in the handing over that I didn't understand. It costs him something every time, and he does it anyway. He used to carry He used to carry everything, and it's my turn. It's my turn now. Both bags. Mine now. Find the whole word. Woman at the shop asked kindly, someone at the door on Tuesday. Both times out it came, same syllable, same face. It's the most efficient lie there is. It closes every door politely. It gets you out of the conversation and into the car and home. I answered fine again, which is what I always answer. Whole vocabulary, and I picked that. I answered fine again, and nobody's supposed to check. And half the time it's even true. That's what makes it work. I am fine on many Tuesdays, and I'm not on all the others. I answered fine again, which is what I always answer. Whole vocabulary, and I picked that. I answered fine again, and nobody's supposed to check. There should be a middle word between fine and the whole thing, something for getting on with it. And I like you to know it's hard. I answered fine again, and then my mate said no, but really. And he waited, and he meant it. I answered fine again, and then I didn't. And I told him, fine, not fine. Hold 20 minutes. She's been putting it off since June. Says she'll do it, then she doesn't. Says the phone lines are impossible, which they are, to be fair. So I sat there on my lunch break, 20 minutes of the whole tune. Gave her name and date of birth, like I've got the right to. I booked the appointment for her, and it felt like crossing something, some line neither of us drew. I booked the appointment for her, and she said thank you, and she meant it. She used to do this stuff for me, school and doctors, all of it. Whole childhood of her on hold, getting me seen to. I booked the appointment for her, and it felt like crossing something, some line neither of us drew. I booked the appointment you just pick up a phone one Tuesday, and you're the one who does it now. I booked the appointment for her, and I'm driving her on Thursday, sitting in the waiting room. I booked the appointment for her, and I'll do the next one too. On hold. Thursday, 2:10. Something funny, and then guilt. Somebody told a joke at lunch, proper stupid, properly good. And now went first, and now went loudest. Whole table, whole body. And it lasted about 4 seconds, then the drop came in behind it. Cold hand on the shoulder that says, should you be doing that? I left, and then I felt bad, which is the maddest thing. Like joy is something borrowed. I left, and then I felt bad, and nobody asked me to. You'd have been furious with me for sitting in a room being careful. You were the loudest laugh in any building. That's the whole thing about you. I left, and then I felt bad, which is the maddest thing. Like joy is something borrowed. I left, and then I felt bad, and nobody asked me to. Grief pretends it's loyalty, that's its favorite trick. Says if you're happy you've forgotten, and it's lying, and it's always lied. I left, and then I felt bad, and then I let myself off, sat there and enjoyed my lunch. I left, and then I felt bad, and now I'm going to laugh anyway. Something funny. And I let it be funny. Hard every time. Big table, someone's birthday, everybody talking over, and I'm watching you tell a story like an absolute idiot. And you glance across mid-sentence, and I do the things I do. Look away but slow but late, half a second too much. I look away, half a second late, and that's how people know it's not the looking, it's the timing. I look away, half a second late, and I've been doing it second late. And maybe you've noticed too, and maybe that's why you're kind to me. I look away, half a second late, and I'm learning to look at the room. Cut every time. Shiny metal on the old wall. Came in through the back door, same as I have for 30 years. And there's something down the hallway that has never been there before. Bright gray screwed into the plaster, running down beside the stairs. Nobody mentioned it on the phone, nobody thought to say. I noticed the handrail is new, and nobody's going to explain it. Just appeared between two visits. I noticed the handrail is new, and I don't ask, and they don't tell. There's a stool in the shower too, and a light left on all night. Little quiet renovations of a house getting older with them. I noticed the handrail is new, and nobody's going to explain it. Just appeared between two visits. I noticed the handrail is new, and I don't ask, and they don't tell. That's how families do it. Nothing sad, things just change. Somebody quietly manages, and nobody has to name it. I noticed the handrail is new, so I put another one upstairs. Fitted it myself on Sunday. Noticed the handrail is new, and now there's two, and nobody said a word. Shiny metal on the old wall. One light, 4 hours. You sent me 8 words at 11, nothing in them, nothing meant. And I've been sitting with them since, turning every letter over. There's a full stop at the end, which you don't normally do. So either you're annoyed with me, or you're tired, or it's nothing. I read too much into a full stop, whole evening on one character, building cities out of punctuation. I read too much into a full stop, and I know exactly what I'm doing. Screenshot it and send it on to a friend who's sick of me. And she said, mate, it's a full stop. And she's right, and I know she's right. I read too much into a then turns you into a detective, studying 8 words for evidence of a thing that isn't there. I read too much into a full stop, and I type back, okay, cool. Took me 20 minutes to write it. I read too much into a full stop, and I'm exhausted, God, I'm exhausted. One line, 4 hours. Just driving, just talking. Not at the grave, I've tried that. Feels like a performance, feels wrong. Something about the flowers and somebody might hear. But in the car it's easy, nobody can see your face. Radio off, motorway, 40 minutes on my own. I talk to you in the car, whole conversations out loud. Tell you what the week's been like. I talk to you in the car, and I don't feel mad doing it. Sometimes I do your answers, which is probably worrying, but I know exactly what you'd say, so it's not really made up. I talk to you in the car, whole conversations out loud. Tell you what the week's been like. I talk to you in the car, and I don't feel mad doing it. Somebody pulled up next to me at a red light mid-sentence, and I did the thing where you pretend you're singing along to nothing. I talked to you in the car, and I told my sister that I do, and she said, got me too. I talked to you in the car, and apparently we all do. Just driving, just talking. Still here, still waving. Same routine since you were 5. You go down to the corner, and you turn around and wave, and I'm always still standing there. Even now at 17, even with your friends around, you do a small one, half a hand, and I do a big, stupid one back. I wave from the gate till you turn, every time without exception. That's my whole entire job. I wave from the gate till you turn, and I always go in last. do it when you're 40, gray and driving your own kids highway from the gate till you turn, and I'll be at that gate, still here. Still waving. Notebook under the table. She was telling me about her mother, something from before the war. Names and places, whole thing detailed, and I'd never heard a word of it. And halfway through I got a pen, and I did it under the table, because I didn't want her seeing that I've started keeping records. I write things down when she talks now, little notebook back of the drawer. Every story, every name, I write things down when she talks now, and I know exactly why I do. Because there's a version of the future where I've got questions and no one to ask, and this is me trying to get ahead of it. This is me being greedy. I write things down when she talks now, little notebook back of the drawer. Every story, every name, I write things down when she talks now, and I know exactly why I do. 40 pages so far, half of it's about her childhood, and a quarter is her recipes, and the rest is how she says things. I write things down when she talks now, and I told her what I'm doing, and she cried, and then she laughed. I write things down when she talks now, and now she talks for hours. Notebook on the table. Anything, you know that. Moving flat for flights of stairs, Sunday raining, 7 in the morning. Course I came, I said no problem, and I meant it. That's the worst bit. Airport runs at 4:30, sitting through a film I hated, fixing something on your laptop for 3 hours on a Friday. I'd have said yes to anything, and you never once took advantage. That's what makes it hard to blame you. I'd have said yes to anything, and you only ever asked for lips. It's not your fault I'm like this. You've been honest since day one. You never gave me a single reason. I made all of them myself. I'd have said yes to anything, and you never once took advantage. That's what makes it hard to blame you. I'd have said yes to anything, and you only ever asked for lips. There's a kind of love that's useful, that does jobs instead of talking, carries boxes, fixes laptops, says the thing you can't say. I'd have said yes to anything, and I said no to something Tuesday. Small thing and it nearly killed me. I'd have said yes to anything, and I'm learning how to not. Anything, not everything. 2 hours or 3. Motorway's the quick way. Hour and 40 door to door. Did it that way for a decade, because I was always late for something. Now I come off at the second junction, take the roads through all the villages. Adds an hour, easy, and I've stopped pretending that's an accident. I'll take the long way back to yours, because I'm not in a rush anymore. Not for this, not for you. I'll take the long way back to yours, and I'll be there before the light goes. It's the road we always drove on when I was small and we had time. Same corners, same bad surface, same little bridge that rattles. I'll take the long way back to yours, because I'm not in a rush anymore. Not for this, not for you. I'll take the long way back to yours, and I'll be there before the light goes. There's a number of these journeys left, and it's not a big number, and I've spent too many of them trying to get there faster. I'll take the long way back to yours, and I'll stay the extra night, Sunday lunch and Monday off. I'll take the long way back to yours, and I'll be there while you're there, and I'll be there while you're there. 2 hours or 3. I'm on my way. Monday, that's the plan. Gave myself a proper date, wrote it down, just met. Because a heart's not a subscription, you can't just cancel it. But I'm doing it anyway, because something has to change. And I've been standing in this hallway for about 4 years now. I'm gonna stop waiting on Monday. Now stop caring, now stop calling. Just stop standing by the door. I'm gonna stop waiting on Monday and go and live in the rest of my life. I'll still come for coffee Thursday. I'll still drive you to the airport. I'll just stop counting what it means. I'll just stop keeping score. I'm gonna stop waiting on Monday. Now stop caring, now stop calling. Just stop standing by the door. I'm gonna stop waiting on Monday and go and live in the rest of my life. Maybe in a year or so I'll meet somebody at a thing, and I won't have any room for her unless I clear some out. I'm gonna stop waiting on Monday, and I'll probably do it badly. Start again on Tuesday, Wednesday. I'm gonna stop waiting on Monday until one Monday it works. Until one Monday it works. That's the plan. Starting now. Always here, always waiting. 2 a.m. and your name comes up because it went wrong again. And I'm awake, I'm always awake. And I say, of course, tell me. And I do the whole thing properly. Listen, don't say I told you so. Say the kind and useful things and drive you home at 4. I'm the friend who waits, and I've been doing it for years. Like there's a queue, and I'm in it. I'm the friend who waits, and nobody said there's a prize. There's a story people tell you, where the patient one wins out, where she wakes up one morning and she finally sees your face. I'm the friend who waits, and I've been doing it for years. Like there's a queue, and I'm in it. I'm the friend who waits, and nobody said there's a price. That story isn't true, it's a film, it's not a life. And waiting isn't love exactly, it's just a way to stay is here. Just a friend. Pizza again, films again. 2 nights a fortnight, that's the deal. So we do the good stuff, obviously. Cinema, the burger place. Never homework, never bedtime. And you love it and you should. And your mom does all the hard bits. Uniform and dentist and the crying and the actual raising of you. I'm the fun one and it's killing me, because fun isn't the same as being there. I'm a holiday, I'm a treat. I'm the fun one and it's killing me, and I'd give it up to do the boring parts. I wanna be the one who's tired, who says no one means it, who knows what's in the fridge, and when your shoes went small. I'm the fun one and it's killing me, because fun isn't the same as being there. I'm a holiday, I'm a treat. I'm the fun one and it's killing me, and I give it up to do the boring parts. So we stayed in on Saturday to nothing, ate at home. You did homework at my table, and I've never been so happy. I'm the fun one and it's killing me, so I'm going to be dull sometimes. Make you tidy up, say no. I'm the fun one and it's killing me, and I want the whole job, all of it. Pizza again, or beans on toast. Driver's seat, his car. 20 years in the back, then a decade in the passenger. Now I've got the keys in my hand and he's beside me, looking out. He gives me directions I don't need, on roads I've known since school. And I say, yeah, I know, thanks Dad, and I let him say them anyway. I'm the one who drives now, and neither of us mentions it. Same car, same route, new seat. I'm the one who drives now, and I hate how much it means. He got quiet about a year ago, around the doctor's letter. Never said I've stopped, just handed over the keys. I'm the one who drives now, and neither of us mentions it. Same car, same route, new seat. I'm the one who drives now, and I hate how much it means. He told me on this road, shouted at me on this corner, and now he's watching out the window at a world he doesn't steer. I'm the one who drives now, So I take the scenic way, long road by the water slowly. I'm the one who drives now, and I'll drive him anywhere. Driver's seat, his car. Driver's seat. His car. Didn't see it, not once. Went home for the weekend, first time since about March. He came out to the driveway and he walked to me too slowly. And I saw it all at once, the whole 11 years of it. Everything I'd missed by phone, standing in a doorway. My father got old while I was busy, and nobody sent a warning. It happened between two visits. My father got old while I was busy, and I don't get those years back. He's fine, he's healthy, nothing's wrong. That's not what this is about. His daddy's smaller than the man I've been keeping in my head. My father got old while I was busy, and nobody sent a warning. It happened between two visits. My father got old while I was busy, and I don't get those years back. The version of him in my mind is about 15 years behind, and it's gonna keep on being that until the day I lose him. My father got old while I was busy, so I'm going home in April, and in June, and in September. My father got old while I was busy, and I'm not missing anymore. Didn't see it, I see it now. How's work again? Sat there Sunday having lunch, normal, easy, nothing wrong. Then she asked about my job 9 minutes after the first time, and I answered it the same way. Same words, same little joke, and she laughed like it was new. And I looked at my plate. She asked the same question twice, and I answered like the first time, every time, without a flicker. She asked the same question twice, and I've stopped counting how often. My brother says it's nothing, says that everybody does it, and he's right, and he's probably right, and I'm going to be watching now. She asked the same question twice, and I answered like the first time, every time, without a flicker. She asked the same knowing how often. I don't wanna be right about this. I've never wanted less to be right. I wanna be the anxious son who worried over nothing. She asked the same question twice, so I'll answer it 100 times. Same joke, same laugh, same lunch. She asked the same question twice, and I'll be there for all of them. How's work? It's good, Mom, it's good. My hand up, nobody takes it. Corner by the shop, same as always. Cars go in both directions, and my hand went out beside me, the way it's done 1,000 times. And she just looked and stepped off, checked it properly both ways, walked across without me like it's nothing, like it's normal. She doesn't need me to cross the road, and she hasn't for a while. I just hadn't caught up. She doesn't need me to cross the road, and my hand's still out here, empty. That's the actual whole job, making someone not need you. Doing it right means losing it. Nobody warns you about that. She doesn't need me to cross the road, and she hasn't for a while. I just hadn't caught up. She doesn't need me to cross the road, and my hand's still out here, empty. I'm proud, I wanna say that, genuinely, honestly proud. And it's sitting right beside something heavy in my chest. She doesn't need me to cross the road, so I walk beside her, hands in pockets, two people going to the shop. She doesn't need me to cross the road, and that means I did it right. My hand out, in my pocket now. Half a year, and then what? Somebody said it at the wake, meant it kindly, meant it well. Give it 6 months, love, you'll see it gets easier around then. And I held on to that like a rope, counted down to it like a date, like there'd be a morning in October where I'd wake up and be alright. 6 months is not a deadline, and October came and went. Same weather in my chest. 6 months is not a deadline, and I felt like I'd failed at it. Then a year, and that was worse, because a year's supposed to be it. Everyone's got a number in their head, and none of them are real. 6 months is not a deadline, and October came and went. Same weather in my chest. 6 months is not a deadline, and I felt like I'd failed at it. It doesn't go in a straight line, it goes in a mad scribble. Good March, terrible April, and nobody can predict it. 6 months is not a deadline, and I've stopped keeping score. It'll do what it does slowly. 6 months is not a deadline, and I'm allowed to take as long as I take. Half a year, or 10. Six o'clock, pay 11. Halfway point between two houses, big gray space behind a supermarket. Neither of us picked it. Somebody solicitor did. I get there 20 minutes early, every single time without fail. Sit there with the engine off, watching for the other car. Sunday at 6, same car park. Bag in the boot, coat in your hand, two adults being polite. Sunday at 6, same car park. And then I drive home on my own. You do the walk between the cars, and you do it far too well. You've got a face you do for it, and I hate that you had to learn one. Sunday at 6, same car park. Bag in the boot, coat in your hand, two adults being polite. Sunday at 6, same car park. And then I drive home on my own. None of this is what I wanted, and it's the best that we could manage. And you've been better about it than either of us deserve. Sunday at 6, same car park. And I'll be there at 22, every fortnight all year away. Sunday at 6, same car park. And I'll never once be late. 6 o'clock. Day 11. Backseat empty now. Took about 4 minutes, 2 clips and a strap. Lifted it out through the door and put it in the garage. Underneath Beneath it there were crumbs and a crayon and a sock. Oh, small archaeology of about 6 years of you. The car seat came out last week, and the back seat looks enormous, just gray fabric going nowhere. The car seat came out last week, and I sat in the drive a while. You wanted it gone since Easter, said your friends have all moved up. And you're right, you're completely right, and I did it and it's done. The car seat came out last week, and the back seat looks enormous, just gray fabric going nowhere. The car seat came out last week, and I sat in the drive a while. Nobody throws a party for the last time you do something. You just do it and it's over, and you don't know till after. The car seat came out last week, and you're in the front now next to me, feet up, playing your music. The car seat came out last week, and this is good too. This is good. Back seat, front seat. Empty letterbox, quiet home. For about 3 weeks there were dozens propped along the windowsill. Same words in different handwriting, thinking of you at this time. Then it thinned out in the second month, and there was one, then there were none. And the hallway went back to normal, and normal was the worst part. The cars stopped arriving, and the world put its coat on. Everybody had to go. The cars stopped arriving, and that's when it actually started. Nobody did anything wrong. They've got jobs, they've got their lives, and a funeral is a Tuesday, and after that there's Wednesday. The cars stopped arriving, and the world put its coat on. Everybody had to go. The cars stopped arriving, and that's when it actually started. The casseroles, the flowers, the phone calls, all of empty letterbox. Quiet hole. Pencil marks, then nothing. Back of the kitchen door, every birthday standing straight. Don't cheat, put your heels down. Same pencil, same argument. Then there's one at 12 years old, and then the door goes blank. Not because you stopped growing, because you stopped standing there. The high chart stops at 12, and the last 4 years are missing. Whole teenager, unrecorded. The high chart stops at 12, and you're taller than me now. You went shy about it somewhere around the time you went shy about everything, and I didn't push, and maybe I should have, and it's too late to know. The high chart stops at 12, and the last 4 years are missing. Whole teenager, unrecorded. The high chart stops at 12, and you're taller than me now. I could paint the door tomorrow. It's a mess, it's marked to bits, and I'll be dead before I do it. And you know that, and you know why. The high chart stops at 12, and you stood against it Sunday. Said go on then, do it dead. The high chart stops at 12. Not anymore, not anymore. Pencil marks, one more. Four minutes used to be 40. Sunday nights, that's the rule. Same time every week. Used to run to half an hour. Used to go past the news. Now it's how are you? Fine, and you and the weather and the neighbors, and a pause and right then love. And it's 4 minutes tops. The phone calls got shorter, and I don't know which of us did it. Both of us probably slowly. The phone calls got shorter, and I still ring every Sunday. It's not that there's nothing to say, it's that saying it takes running. And we're both a bit tired, and it's easier to stop. The phone calls got shorter, and I don't know which of us did it. Both of us probably slowly. The phone calls got shorter, and I still ring every Sunday. One day there'll be a final one, and I won't know it at the time. 4 minutes, weather, neighbors, and right then love, and that's it. The phone calls got shorter, so I asked her a real question about her. never no motives needed. You rang about a Tuesday, sounded flat, sounded tired. Said the flat's not going well, said the job's a lot right now. And you did that thing you do, where you make it sound like nothing. And you asked me about the garden, and I let you for a bit. The room's still yours. Whatever happens, however old, no notice, no explaining. The room's still yours, and there's a key under the pot. I don't need to know the reason. You don't have to have failed at something. You can't come because it's Thursday. You can't come because you want to. The room's still yours. Whatever happens, however old, no notice, no explaining. The room's still yours, and there's a key under the pot. That's the whole of it, that's the message. Everything I couldn't say when you were small and you were leaving. When I stood there at the gate, the room's still yours, and it will be when I'm ancient, when you've got your own front door. The room's still yours. Come whenever, come tonight. Come whenever, it's yours. Whenever the light's on. I can't delete one. 11 of them, some are nothing. It's me, bring me back. One where you're in the supermarket, asking me which one to get. And the phone keeps sending warnings, says the mailbox needs some space, says delete some old ones, and it doesn't know. And how would it? The voicemail is full now, and I'm not deleting anything, not one, not even the boring ones. The voicemail is full now, and I'll get a second phone. I've backed them up 3 times over, cloud and laptop and a drive. Terrified of a photo wipe, terrified of losing a voice. The voicemail is full now, and I'm not deleting anything, not one, not even the boring ones. The voicemail is full now, and I'll get a second phone. The supermarket one's the best because you're not performing. You're just a person in an aisle being slightly annoyed with me. The voicemail is full now, and I played one to my sister, and we sat there and we laughed. The voicemail is full now, keeping all of it. Ten past four, forever. It was on the side where it always went, overnight by the lamp. Nobody moved it after, nobody thought to think about it. It ran for 2 days on its own, then it just gave up quietly. 10 past 4 on a Thursday, and it's been 10 past 4 since the watch stopped, and I won't wind it. And I know that's not sensible. It's a watch, it's meant to go. The watch stopped, and I won't wind it. And I look at it every day. Somebody said it should be worn, said things want to be used, and they're right, and I know they're right, and I can't do it yet. The watch stopped, and I won't wind it. And I know that's not sensible. It's a watch, it's meant to go. The watch stopped, and I won't wind it. And I look at it every day. It's the last thing that was moving, that's your hand set going, and starting it again feels like saying it's alright that you're not here. Watch stopped, and I won't wind it, but I put it on my wrist tonight. Still stop, still 10 past 4. The watch stopped, and I won't wind it. Not yet, but I'm wearing it. 10 past 4. On my wrist. Half a second, maybe less. Rained on the way to the car, both of us under one hood, standing far too close for nothing, laughing about the weather. And then it went quiet for a beat, and you looked up and stopped, and there was a thing in the air that neither of us touched. There was a second where you almost, and then a car went past and you didn't, and we got in and drove home. There was a second where you almost, and I've lived in it for months, and I've replayed it so many times that I don't know what was real. I could have made the whole thing up out of rain and hope. There was a second where you almost, and then a car went past and you didn't, and we got in and drove home. There was a second where you almost, and I've lived in it for months. That's the cruelty of a maybe. It never lets you close the door. There was a second where you almost, and I'm going to let it be a second, not a promise, not a sign. There was a second where you almost, and that's all it was, alright. Half a second. That's all. Same table, other chairs. I'm the one who brings the food now. I'm the one who checks the locks. I'm the one who says, have you eaten? I'm the one who worries out loud. And they're the ones who wait for visits. And they're the ones who say, don't fuss. And they're the ones who let me do it and pretend they don't need help. We swap places without saying, no announcement, no agreement, just a slow rotation. We swap places without saying, and here we are, both of us. Somewhere in the last 5 years, the whole arrangement turned around, and nobody put a date on it, and nobody ever will. We swap places without saying, no announcement, no agreement, just a slow rotation. We swap places without saying, and here we are, both of us. They did 30 years of this for me without complaining once, and I've done about 18 months, and I'm tired and I'm ashamed of that. We swap places without saying, and I'll do it as long as I've got same as they did. No complaining. We swap places without saying, and I'm glad I get the turn. Same table, other chairs. Same table, other chairs. Every Thursday, 4 years. Same pub, same corner table, same 2 drinks, same time. 4 years of a standing arrangement that neither of us named. And in my head it's been a story, building slowly towards something. Chapter after chapter, going somewhere, ending in a scene. We're not a story, we're a habit, and habits don't have endings, they just carry on until they stop. We're not a story, we're a habit, and I've been reading it all wrong. There's no art, there's no bill, there's just Thursday and then Thursday. Same table, same 2 drinks, same me hoping quietly. We're not a story, we're a habit, and habits don't have endings, they just carry on until they stop. a story, we're habit, and I'll take the habit honestly. Thursday's still the best day. We're not a story, we're habit, and I'll stop waiting for a chapter. Every Thursday. For years. Not Dad, my name. You were talking to your mates, half in, half out the kitchen, and you said my actual name, like I'm a person in the world. Whole different way to it, whole different kind of thing. Not a job, not a title, just a bloke who lives here. You call me by my first name, and I don't think you even noticed. Whole thing lasted half a second. You call me by my first name, and I've thought about it since. It's not disrespect, I know that it's the opposite. If anything, it's you seeing something new that was always there and hidden. You call me by my first name, and I don't think you even noticed. Whole thing lasted half a second. You call me by my first name, and I've thought about it since. There'll be a last time you say Dad, and I won't clock it either. And I'll have been promoted into just a bloke you like. You call me by my first name, and I answered to it obviously. Turned around and said, yeah. You call me by my first name, and I'll be both, I can be both. Not Dad, both. Not Dad. Never said it didn't. Got close on New Year's Eve. Everyone was hugging everyone, and I had the whole thing loaded right there behind my teeth. And then I saw the next 10 minutes, and the next 10 years after. Whole friendship in a bin bag, because I couldn't hold a sentence. You don't know and I won't tell you, and that's a decision, not a failure. I've thought about it properly. You don't know and I won't tell you, because I'd rather have you than know. People say you should be honest, say you'll regret it if you don't. And they've never had to weigh a friendship against a maybe. You don't know and I won't tell you, and that's a decision, not a failure. I thought about it properly. You don't know and I won't tell you, because I and you're kind, and it's still over because you can't unhear a thing. And we both go careful after. Said it, said it here. Put full backseat too. Boxes up to the window, line duvet stuffed behind the seat. Kettle that we bought on Tuesday, sitting on your lap. And I kept finding jobs to do, checking tires that were fine, rearranging things that fit. Because the second we stop, we go. You pack the whole car, and there's nothing left to load, just a driveway and a goodbye. You pack the whole car, and I'm running out of things to check. Your room upstairs is echoing. I looked in it this morning. Bed stripped, walls bare, little rectangle of blue tack. You packed the whole car, and there's nothing left to load, just a driveway and a goodbye. You packed the whole car, and I'm running out of things to check. This is the good ending, I wanna be clear about that. This is what it's all been for, and it's still the worst day of the year. You packed the whole car, so I'll follow you up the motorway. Carry boxes, meet your flatmates. You pack the whole car, and then I'll drive back empty. Boot full, then empty. Boot full, then empty. Link your message. Once a week, sometimes twice. Just a link and nothing under it. Something sad, something slow, something you thought I'd like. And I play it 40 times, reading it like a letter, working out what you meant by it, which is nothing, it's a song. You send me songs and nothing else. No words, no how suggestion. You send me songs and nothing else, and I've built a whole religion out of it. The lyrics are always about something that could be about me if you squint. And I squint, God, do I squint for a full week. Every time you send me songs and nothing else, no words, no how are you, just a 3-minute suggestion. You send me songs and nothing else, and I've built a whole religion out of it. Or you send them to 5 people and I'm one of them, and that's it. And that's almost certainly the truth. And I don't want the truth. You send me songs and nothing else, so I sent you one back on Sunday. This one, this exact one. You send me songs and nothing else. Let's see if you squint too. Link. No message. So sad. Coffee Thursday, our usual table. You come in already, talking something he did at the weekend, something sweet, something small. And I ask the right questions, and I say that's really nice, and I'm good at it by now. I've had a lot of practice. You talk about him to me because I'm the safe one, I'm the good listener, and I never let you see. You talk about him to me, and I hold it like a glass of something hot. You ask me what he should get you for the anniversary in June. And I told you, and I was right, because I know what you like. You talk about him to me because I'm the safe one, I'm the good listener, and I'd never let you see. You talk about him to me, and I hold it like a glass of something hot. He's not a bad bloke, that's the thing. I've looked and looked for something, and he's decent, and he's kind, and I hate how fine he is. You talk about him to me, and I'll keep listening, obviously, because that's the deal I made. You talk about him to me, and I'd rather that than nothing. So he said, yeah, that's lovely. You'd have hated it. in September, same as it always would. And there's nobody to take out, and there's nowhere to send a card. You'd have been unbearable about it. Whole speech about the number made everybody watch a slideshow, made everybody cry on purpose. You'd be 60 this year, and I can't even picture it. You stopped at 52. You'd be 60 this year, and you'll be 52 forever. That's the strange part nobody says. You keep going and they don't. I'll be older than you one day, and I don't know what to do with that. You'd be 60 this year, and I can't even picture it. You stopped at 52. You'd be 60 this year, and you'll be 52 forever. So we did it anyway on Saturday. Whole family, big table. Told the stories, ate too much, put the slideshow on and cried. You'd be 60 this year, so we had it without you. Loud and stupid, just how you'd want. You'd be 60 this year. Happy birthday, God, we miss you. 60, happy birthday. Door open, nothing in it. Left it exactly as it was for about 11 months. Posters, mugs, the lot, like a museum nobody visits. Then your mother said it's silly, and she's right, she's always right. And we did it on a Sunday, and it took about 4 hours. Your room is just a room now. Cream walls and a spare bed, somewhere for a guest to sleep. Your room is just a room now, and I stand in the doorway sometimes. Kept a box of things you'd want, put it up in the loft. Everything else went carefully to the shop on the high street. Your room is just a room now. Cream walls and a spare bed, somewhere for a guest to sleep. Your room is just a room now, and I stand in the doorway sometimes. You said it's fine, it's about time, when we told you on the phone, and you sounded a bit odd, and neither of us pushed it. Your room is just a room now, and you're in it every Christmas. Back on the floor, mess everywhere. Your room is just a room now, until you're in it, then it's yours. Door open, waiting. fold the towels the way you did. I check the door twice like you. I make the tea too strong for anyone. I say a phrase that was yours. Didn't decide to keep a single one. They just moved in and stayed. Whole set of your instructions running quietly in me. You're in the way I do things now. Not in a photo, not in a grave. In how I hold the kettle. You're in the way I do things now, and I swear I'll keep finding you. My nephew does the thing with his hands that you did when you were thinking, and he never even met you. And it's in him anyway. You're in the way I do things now. Not in a photo, not in a grave. And how I hold the kettle. You're in the way I do things now, and I swear I'll keep finding you. You're in the way I do things now, so I'll do them and you're there. Every ordinary